Hi, I'm Shannon Grissom. Are you looking to ignite your creativity? Or how about be inspired by a steady stream of muses? Welcome to Painterly Life, the podcast that celebrates those who create, inspire, and innovate. So whether you're looking to spark your next big idea, reignite your passion, or simply soak in some creative energy, this is the place for you. Painterly Life, where every guest is a new muse, just for you. Welcome to the Painterly Life podcast. I'm your host, Shannon Grissom. My guest today is Sam Lesante. Sam has been making TV magic since he was a teenager, and now he's the guy running the whole show at SSPTV. Welcome, Sam.
Hi, Shannon. Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. You know what? I noticed that you're a twin. I'm a twin too, and so is my husband.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah. So do you guys have similar personalities?
No, we're totally opposite, actually. Yeah. My sister is the more outspoken kind of, I stay in the background a lot. You know, everyone says, boy, we didn't know Janine had a twin. Like, they don't really know. I was like, that's fine. I like to keep it that way. I like to stay behind. You know, I work behind the camera, so I usually like to stay behind and let them do their thing.
That's funny because my sister and I are similar. I'm more out in front and she's more in the background. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So you've literally grown up inside a TV studio. If somebody handed you a remote and said, rewind to your favorite moment in all these years, what would you pick?
I think one of the first memories I have was my father. He started producing a show with Jack Palance's wife, Elaine. I don't know if you remember Jack Palance.
I do. I love Jack Palance.
Yeah. So they started producing. Jack was a family friend, so they started producing a show in the 90s called "It's Time for Sammy and Elaine." And what they would do is they would travel all over the country to different locations and interview people like Telly Savalas, Michael Bell, Martin Landau. And I was like a teenager at the time, so I got to go with them on most of the shoots. So I got to not only see the actors and see my dad doing his thing, but I got to see how it was made, basically. So that was kind of cool.
Well, that's amazing. What an amazing experience to have growing up.
Yeah.
So obviously, both of your parents have encouraged your creativity.
Right.
What are some of the biggest lessons that you got from them?
I guess some of the biggest lessons would be just to follow your heart and dreams and don't give up. And if people say you can't, prove them wrong and say you can and show them how you can. And they've been very supportive, and I really appreciate that.
Well, it's got to be, I think family harmony in a physical sense when you hear people singing, but also when they're working together. I don't think there's anything better than that to bring something to fruition. So what's it like working with your family?
It's I've been doing it for so long, it just seems like second nature. Like everyone says, oh, how I would never be able to work with my dad or sister or mom. But it just, like you said, it just flows. Like you get into your different modes. Okay, so this is work mode, so we're going to do this, and then after that we're like, hey, let's go out to eat and talk about the day, and how's your daughter doing, and it just clicks.
Yeah, it sounds great. So now you've recently stepped into your father's role. How has that transition been?
So he's still CEO. I don't want to get that wrong. Yeah, okay. No, that's all right. I'm actually the president, so it's just So the same. It's the same. I do the same stuff. I just have a little more say in some of the other business, like back end stuff, I guess you could say. Like he was always the money guy, and he would always like be the hire fire guy, and he would always have the last word on anything that came across the desk. But now he's starting to get me involved more in that too.
God, that's great.
Yeah.
It's do you find a challenge balancing your creativity with the left brain financial side of it?
Yeah, it's tough because I'm still the creative side wants to push more out, and the financial side saying, well, we can't do that right now because this costs this much and this is this much. So it's good to have checks and balances with him still in the mix of things, telling me, okay, yeah, I see what you want to do here, but we kind of have to tone it down, or yes, we can do that. So it's good to still have him in that position.
Well, what great to have the checks and balances and to be able to bounce things off of him. And
Right.
so, as you move forward, you're just going to be even more solid. So what a great experience. So local TV has such a personal touch
Right.
compared to just broad network shows. Can you talk a little bit to that? And you guys have been incredibly successful, award winning, your number one talk show. So what do you attribute that to?
I think we just attribute it to the fact that everyone asks like, when they're saying like, how do you guys do it? We just do what we do. And if people watch it, we love it. I mean, we just tell it how it is. We try to make every show informative, a little bit of entertaining. Our local, we don't do a weeknight news anymore. We've switched it over since COVID, and with social media coming out, Facebook, all that, everyone knows they're watching Facebook Live as it happens. So we tried to turn it to where people could come on and talk about their community events, or if there's someone in need in the community. But we do also have a lot of medical shows that cover everything from orthopedics, general health, skincare, eyes. I mean, we've basically tackled every aspect, and we also have joined with our local hospitals to do shows to introduce all the new doctors and the different techniques that they're doing now. So I think it's just a matter of getting information out to the public, and I think that's what has kept us on, and what keeps people trusting us with our shows.
Yeah. Do you ever get stuck coming up with a new concept for a show?
Not really. No, we get stuck with having too many concepts for shows. we want to put so many different shows out, but we just don't have the manpower or the time or the money to do it, because it revolves around, let's face it revolves around sponsorships and commercial ad time and all that stuff. So yeah, it's hard when we have an idea, but we just have to table it for now.
Well, at least you have a bank of ideas for the future, so that
Right,
works
yeah.
out.
Yeah.
So how do you balance family life with, when you have your own business, it kind of gets all mixed together and it's like 24/7. So how do you balance all of that?
That's a good question. I should ask my wife that, but she's been great. We've been together since high school, so she kind of knows the whole process, and when I need to be here longer hours, she understands, because she knows how passionate I am, that I want to just make sure it's either like getting the finer details or having to stay longer to work on another project, or going somewhere out of town to visit with people to talk about something. So she's pretty responsive with when it comes to that.
Where do you see the future? Where do you see you guys going?
I think it's still local. Local shows are still what people want to see, especially with all the streaming services that are out now. I know there's great national shows out, but people still miss the localness. So I still
Yeah.
think local TV is where it's at. And I mean, it doesn't mean we wouldn't be working on any other projects. I know we've talked about doing some documentaries. We've done some in the past on local towns, and we just finished a reality show with a local couple that's actually on Amazon Prime. So I mean,
Yay.
yeah. So give a shout out. It's called Raising Dylan on Amazon Prime if you want to check that out. But yeah, I mean, we just keep doing what we're doing, I think.
You're, you guys are doing great.
Thank you.
So, you're welcome. I'm thinking back to, did you always know as a kid that you just wanted to stay in TV and work in that direction? Did you ever have any other things that you wanted to try, or
Yeah, I
was it
wanted
a
to be a
straight path?
No, I wanted to be a baseball player. So
Ah.
yeah. Unfortunately, that didn't work out. So in high school, my dad, he started producing in 1984 a local talent show called Spotlight Talent Showcase. So he invited me up to check it out, maybe to see if I was interested. So we'd have local bands on, or dance companies, singers, authors, clowns, anyone who had a talent could come on the show. So I was able to watch him do that show, and then he eventually had me helping him out, running the teleprompter. We had to physically tape the papers together and put it on a board and scroll the camera. So then, yeah, that were fun days. And then after I was there for a couple of years, he said, why don't you co-host the show with me? And I was like, well, what am I going to do? He's like, well, why don't we create a segment for you? So he created a segment called Sammy Says. And that was where I would come on for like a minute or two and say, in this week's edition of Sammy Says, we'll see why toilets flush differently in Australia. You didn't have Google back then, right? So you had to go to the library, look it up, write it down, put it on the prompter. So I would give like a little fact about that. And then there was another one called Remembering Yesterday, where I'd say, in this day in 1950, so-and-so happened, and milk was this much and gas was this much. So he got me involved. And then I also got to see how it was produced, obviously, in the control room, just sitting by the director, watching them do their magic there. So I kind of got the bug, I guess you could say, from there.
Wow.
Yeah.
So has technology changed dramatically? I mean, were you still doing linear editing when you first started, or how has that all changed over the years?
So it was basically tape to tape. I don't know if you're familiar with any of the formats, but it was like you have the VHS tape, or the more professional kind of like 3/4 inch tape. Yeah, it was and the cameras were like about 400 pounds, I think it was back then. So you had the camera strapped to you, you had the deck. But yeah, technology definitely helped with minimizing all that. It was definitely, I could remember our first nonlinear editor. I was just like in awe of it and kind of afraid at first, because I didn't understand like you could actually move stuff around on a computer. And yeah, so it was very mind altering for me. But once you got the hang of it, it was pretty cool.
So on the formats, where do you see technologically this going? Is AI a big factor in what you're doing?
I think so, yes. I've started dabbling with it just to do a couple like voiceover work, or maybe if I have an idea, just to help me, mold it, craft it a little bit better, doing some, some B-roll footage that you maybe couldn't find, or your specific, B-roll. I know that sounds redundant, but yeah, I think AI it's here, and if you don't learn how to use it properly, it can definitely be a hindrance. I mean, there's always good and bad to everything,
Yeah.
but I think for the most part, if you do it properly, it should help you out in your field.
Oh, I've found it to be tremendous, even with the episodes for the podcast, to be able to just get the transcript. I mean,
Right. Oh yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, instead of trying to type that all out,
Right. Oh yeah,
things
that's
like
a
that.
godsend.
Oh man, and and I'm a one man show here, so I don't know
Right.
how I would do it if it wasn't for that kind of thing. So, what role does your whole company play in keeping the community together?
I think by our local shows, especially our community news that we run weekly now, which used to be our nightly news. We have a lot, like I said before, we have a lot of people on that come on and talk about the organizations, whether it be nonprofit or for profit. They talk about different events, if they're having fundraisers for people in the community who have had loss in their life or are battling certain diseases. So I think that's what keeps us centered on the community, as well as all the different shows like the medical shows that we put out to kind of give people information and keep them aware of what's going on in the medical field.
Yeah, I think you guys have an amazing balance of entertainment and information. So you guys do a great job of that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I want to go back to the creativity side of it. Do you find yourself getting lost when you're running camera and into a creative thing that you see? I mean, I know that I've done some shoots where I'm just so excited about one little scene that I see him like,
Right.
and the director's yelling at me to shoot something else. Does that ever happen to you?
Uh, not really. I mean, our shows are a little different than that. They're more sit down talking head kind of interview
Yeah.
shows. But yeah, I mean, sometimes if we're in the process of doing a show, I might get an idea and try to like quickly like write it down so I don't forget. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it does happen often.
So what do you do, having your own business and it is an incredible amount of work. What do you do to decompress or to fill your well?
Fill my well.
Yeah.
Not much, I guess. Um, yeah, I mean, both my wife and I, we work a lot of hours, so we just basically, work and then go home and just relax, or maybe I'll hit the gym once in a while if I'm motivated.
Yeah.
Go for a nice walk or something like that. Try to get outdoors a lot, decompress like that, get away from technology for a while.
Yeah. Somebody was asking me, what do I do? And when I need to decompress, I need to not do. So
Right, exactly.
sometimes it is just sitting on the couch and binge watching something because I just need to shut down. So
Yeah, you
yeah,
just
yeah,
want to turn on something and just let your mind go, I guess you could say.
yeah. Wow. So what's exciting in the future? What's coming up for you guys?
I think I mean, doing what we're doing is exciting. We have a couple different shows, like I talked about earlier, that we have on the plate, but we're trying to figure out how to get them on and maybe do some more documentaries, maybe another reality show. Who knows? I mean, the uh, the possibilities are endless, as they say.
It sounds like it. So the logistics for a reality show, is there a lot more involved in that because it's not talking heads?
I would think so. I mean, we don't do a lot of reality shows, and I know we probably do them a lot different than you would see like a national reality show, because they have a lot more. They have a bigger production crew, a bigger budget,
Right.
obviously. So, I mean, I just try to think of what would the viewer want to see, or we don't stage anything. I know reality shows now are mostly scripted, even though they're
Hmm.
called reality. I don't understand that, but uh, all of our shows are non-scripted. We just record whatever is said or whatever they do, and I mean, it could turn out entertaining or it could turn out to be a flop. But I mean, that's reality, right?
Right. Right. So where can people find you online?
Our website is ssptv.com. That shows all of our services and our shows on there. And I'm on LinkedIn. I have a Instagram account, and we have a TikTok page that we keep up with occasionally too. Still starting to get into TikTok a bit. My daughter's helping on that because she's always dancing and wanting me to do skits on her TikTok page. So yeah.
That's fun, getting the next generation involved.
Right.
Well, if you could talk to your younger self about starting out, what advice would you give somebody who wants to get in your field? What's the main thing that you would want them to know?
I guess it would be to ask questions, be motivated, and also listen. Because people nowadays, some of the younger kids, let's face it, they think they know it all, but they don't. So like, just stand back, listen, and show that you want to be a part of this. If you show you're motivated, then people will be more willing to give you more opportunities, I think, and help you along the way.
That's great advice.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. You have been incredibly inspiring, Sam.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
It was nice talking with you too, and I like watching all of the things that you do and all your posts. They're very inspiring.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, that's a wrap for Painterly Life. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and share so that I can make more episodes. Thank you, Sam.
Thank you, Shannon. Have a good day.
Thanks. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.